All you punk rock fans have taken over this channel, and I kind of let it happen. But you've all finally forced me to do something I never thought I would do. I swear I'm gonna buy a Stingray. Kind of has that Stingray sound. Stingray. It's finally here. I don't know if I have enough hands to do this here on this shot, so why don't you just come over here and you guys can see what damage you've done to me. All you punk rockers. Let's check this out. Holy sh**. Oh man, this thing is so lightweight. 18 volt, classic, everything classic about the Stingray that I now love. And I want to say before I plug it in, for many years I hated these basses. I hated the way Stingrays sounded. I hated the way they looked. I didn't like the big bridge pickup way over here by itself. It was just too classic, kind of too old school for me. I thought they had this really thuddy, kind of farty sound with this really unique and weird high end I wasn't sure I liked. And about 4 years ago, I was doing some session work recording on a country album, actually. And they had a Stingray there, and that was the only bass I was really able to use. And I begrudgingly took the bass, and I didn't really want to like it, but I kind of liked it, and I was in denial. It had this big, beefy low end, played surprisingly well. And again, I left that session kind of in denial that, hey, maybe I like these. Many years go by, I start this song review and analysis series here on the channel. You guys get me into punk rock, and I heard more and more Stingray players come and go week by week, and it slowly started growing on me. I swear I'm going to buy a Stingray too. That's another type of bass that punk rock bands have really inspired me to appreciate a lot more. And I think I've just fallen in love with the sound of them. I get it now. But what really pushed me over the edge recently was reviewing Less Than Jake's Hello Rockview album over on Patreon. I think that just pushed me off the cliff. That bass tone. Stingray. It's making me itch to get one. I've been talking about this in chat with some of you. Oh boy. I simply couldn't handle it anymore. The pressure was too great. I caved in and got a Stingray. And yes, I know that Roger technically plays the Sterling USA models, but after reading a bit about those, they're pretty similar despite a few pickup voicing things, the body contour, the neck profile. But, you know, players like Mike Herrera, Matt Wong, Jason Black, they're all equally responsible for me making this dirty deed happen. So time to plug it in. Anyway, I just wanted to put together a fun little video here to let you know that you guys win. I admit defeat. You guys have converted this prog metal 6-string bass player into a guy that loves punk rock and bought a 4-string. I never thought I would buy a 4-string again. I used to hate 4-strings too, but here we are. And something that's always been on my bucket list for many, many years now is to own a seafoam green, surf green sort of bass. I've always wanted a bass in this color. It is so sexy. And another fun fact is that I almost had a seafoam green bass a while back, but this custom Warwick thumb bass I designed many years ago was actually supposed to be a seafoam green sort of chrome metallic finish here. But Warwick was unable to do that specific color in the chrome finish, so I settled with more of a lime green. I still love you, don't worry. But if this is any proof that you guys have changed my musical palette, let this be it. I am now the proud owner of a Stingray. I'm excited to have that particular tool in my toolbox because, as I've said in other videos, recreating the Stingray tone is pretty much impossible with any other bass. I have not been able to get it. I can get a P bass tone well, I can get a jazz bass tone pretty well, but it is so hard when songs come up here on the channel and I can clearly tell it's a Stingray being used and I just can't get close. But I'm going to have no problem nailing the Stingray tone now because, well, I have one. But despite everything else I've mentioned in this video, I want to leave you with one last thing and tell you the real reason I have this bass right now. I told myself that if I hit a very difficult milestone within my personal life, that I would buy myself a bass as a present to myself, because I've constantly been told, I've constantly read, that if you can make it a full 90 days after quitting nicotine cold turkey, you're pretty much in the clear. And for me, today is day 90.